I wasn't going to make another CC video this week, but when I saw Chris's latest offering, a complete lack of understanding of basics, I just couldn't help myself. Sorry. G'day, hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you. Yes, CC's latest offering shows his lack of understanding of the most basics of science. We'll address that in a minute. First thing I want to say is in previous videos I've mentioned that Chris either has no editing software or doesn't know how to edit. That's actually false. One of his comments in his video states, and I quote, "You set up the camera all the way at the end of the kitchen, hobbled all the way to the opposite side, then started your video." So it turns out that Chris either does have editing software or certainly knows how to edit on his phone. Because as we see from these two clips here, we see Chris starting in the seated position at the back of the kitchen and then moving towards the camera. So I sort of apologise, I think. Anyway, on with today's video where Chris talks about rockets.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 9/10/24. Today's the big day of the debate of nonsense to keep everybody talking, confused, not knowing what's going on.
Cause the pot can't call the kettle black.
It's just like football, just like tennis, just like anything else out there, to keep you confused, to keep you don't think about flat Earth. Don't even bother looking into it. As a matter of fact, Google has made it simple by just putting propaganda on there every time you even type in flat Earth.
I do think about the flat Earth quite often, but only for entertainment purposes. And as for Google not showing any evidence of a flat Earth, that's because there is no evidence of a flat Earth. I'm sure if somebody actually physically showed some evidence, we would find it.
Isn't that a shame? Can't even find it anymore. I want to talk to you about a couple things. You like rockets, right? I bet you do. I know, aren't they neat little toys? You know, they go up in the sky and they come back down and they crash land and go somewhere, Bermuda Triangle, pick your choice, at least here on the East Coast. But the one thing I don't understand with rockets is we get this amazing light show when a rocket, here, pretend that this screwdriver is a rocket. We get this amazing light show. I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? You know, all this ball of fire coming through and the thing is shaking like this and it's going up into the atmosphere and then it leaves this smoke trail and all sorts of things and there's just fire coming out of it, the friction of the atmosphere while it breaks through into space, which doesn't exist by the way, but in you know, polar Earth, let's just say it does, okay? And it breaks into space and then all of a sudden the fire's gone, right?
Polaris Dawn mission on the Falcon 9 rocket. The Falcon 9 has cleared the tower. Three events in fairly rapid succession here. We'll see first stage manage and cutoff. That'll be followed by stage separation. And then second stage engine start. There you see MECO.
And of course, MECO stands for main engine cutoff. That's where it breaks through.
Well, in reality, what it does is it just goes up, puts an amazing light show, and goes down. That's why it turns. That was another video I did. But the one thing I don't understand is when it comes back to Earth, where is that amazing light show, huh? We don't see it. We just see this rocket come back. And it's kind of like a ripoff, isn't it?
There is only one word to describe what has just happened. Just one word.
Gravity! Have you ever heard of f***ing gravity? Gravity!
You see the hypersonic grid fins being deployed on the Falcon 9's first stage.
And of course, the hypersonic grid fins help guide it back down to Earth, where the reverse thruster, or I don't know what it's called, but there is a small thruster which helps the first stage land gently on the remote barge.
There's nothing there. It's just coming back in slow motion, like a balloon would, filled with helium. Remember, NASA is one of the biggest owners of helium.
It just doesn't float down gently, Chris. It reaches a maximum speed of 7,600 kilometers per hour. Fun fact, NASA doesn't own any helium. It actually relies on 3 companies to supply helium across the 11 different sites across the United States that use the helium for research. They are Air Products and Chemicals Incorporated, MESA, and Linde Incorporated.
That's correct. I think they own like 99% of the helium in the entire world. What would they want to do with helium? I don't know. To pump up their balloons?
There is a finite amount of helium on the globe. And yes, I said globe. There are 4 very large reserves in Algeria, Qatar, Russia, and United States. And none of it is owned by NASA.
Yes, they're rockets. That's what they are. Balloons. So when it comes back down, we don't get this spectacular fireball like we usually get when it goes into space. Oh, I guess we missed out on that. So the re-entry, we don't get that. In Hollywood we do, of course. But in fake NASA land, we don't.
We're coming upon the first stage landing burn beginning. There you see. Should see some views from the drone ship. Just read the instructions.
Copy that, SpaceX, and we show the scene.
It makes you look stupid.
I wonder why that is. That's a shame. You know why? Because they have a nice big plane up there with a hatch on it. Something military. Huge. You know, these are the ones that carry tanks. And they drop the shuttle out.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's right. That's what they do. To make it look like they went to space.
Almost as stupid as a stupid does.
They probably char up the side or anything like that. Because when it lands into the sea, we always get that spectacular photo, you know? The parachutes, there's always like 3 perfect parachutes in this little capsules landing into the ocean, but yet there's no smoke. Excuse me, didn't this just go through like 10-15 minutes of friction? This should be hot as hell.
First of all, if we were to see anything, it wouldn't be smoke, it would be steam. The short answer is do some research.
Do some research. Do some research.
The long answer is when the capsule enters Earth's atmosphere, it collides with air molecules, and those air molecules bounce off. Those air molecules then bounce into other air molecules and create a plasma shockwave. The heat is then attracted to the plasma shockwave, dispersing it around the capsule, and the capsule basically doesn't get hot at all.
It should be bubbling all over the place, but it doesn't. No, it just splash lands right into the ocean. They go to retrieve it. Of course, you can't go near it. No, you can't. They have battleships all around the area, keeping cordoned off, keeping everybody away from that area when they go to retrieve the capsule, too, or that little thing.
Why you always lying?
Why are you lying? Why are you lying?
Oh well, that's a shame. Thank you for subbing and thank you for viewing my videos. Let me be a part of your life.
Chris, you are only a part of my world for entertainment value. Right, that'll do it for this video. Thank you very much. If you did like it, please consider clicking the like button. That really helps the channel. If it's your first time here, there is an icon just in the corner over there, or you can click this icon about here, and here will be a link to another video which I think you would enjoy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. G'day.